What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Christian here with another video. This time I got some ranked gameplay for you guys, and I'm going to be analyzing some of the recent patch changes because I'm finding it harder and harder to beat these top tier characters with my mid to high tier characters. Okay, so currently I believe that the skill gap after patch has been lowered, and the balance of the game has actually gotten worse after patch, and I'm gonna explain why I believe that. Okay, so as we see here, I'm fighting MUI Goku. MUI Goku has always been a problem. He's a very heavy zoner, and now not only does he have access to Wild Sense, he has access to a revenge counter that actually works. Okay, now you might say, well, what's the problem with that? Revenge counter should have worked from the get-go, and that's true. I agree with that. But the problem is now, because it's so hard to even touch MUI Goku, if you somehow get in on MUI Goku, he has a free get out of jail free card that he could pull called Revenge Counter. Revenge Counter is basically substituting for his previous perception spam that got nerfed recently. Not to mention that now the sidestep spam is freaking meta with the vanish spam, right? So he's sidestepping, vanishing, and the hit detection for your combos is worse because I don't know what Bandai did there with the hit detection, but they totally ruined it. So now basically it's just as hard to get it on MUI, and we can add one more thing to that. Basically, when MUI Goku starts hitting you, now you can't super counter as effectively as before. So basically, every character that could do extra damage with their combos is now doing boatloads of damage to your health, whereas previously you could have probably escaped that with a super counter or two. So basically, all mid-tier characters that have less health, are less tanky, and do less damage are now at an even heavier disadvantage. And basically, in my opinion, it's just making ranked not fun to play at all. Okay, I don't know if Bandai has any plans to change that or fix that, but my thing is, I don't really have faith in these developers to do the right thing anyways, because what they show is that basically they'll fix one thing and they'll add 2 or 3 other things that nobody asked for, and it'll throw off the whole game balance or game feel, and we gotta adapt to the new thing. Now I feel like there's ways that they could fix this. They could do this more intelligently, but like I said, I don't have faith in them to really do these smart things. So as it stands now, ranked is just a cesspool in my opinion. It's just basically MUI zoners, and as we see here, I'm fighting a beast Gohan. He's been zoning the whole match, and that is very strong. Luckily I switched to Whis because I got so pissed off. I'm like, okay, you guys gonna keep cheesing me, I'm gonna cheese y'all, right? So I picked Whis, I used the regen, I used the key blast, and I basically get the dubs. And he got pissed at me because of key blast spam, and we're gonna see that right here. It's freaking nuts. What's his name? Swaint Smooth. And you'll see later, after I'm done with this game, he'll send me a message talking about I was a pussy for spamming key blast. Bro, you were running the whole match, like you weren't even trying to play the damn game, and then he wants to blame me for it. Okay, so then I go into the next match and I get another MUI Goku, and at this point I'm just pissed off, and I'm just putting him in the blender. I hit him with my super, I'm cheesing the hell out of him. But the thing is, MUI Goku is now on another level, even past Whis. Whereas previously I thought Whis and MUI Goku were kind of on the same level. Now MUI Goku is even more cheese, because the thing that Whis doesn't have that MUI Goku has is good hit detection. Like I mentioned before, the hit detection in the game got ruined. Something happened along the way, and now hits are not registered. Look at that. So Whis is hitting to the left. Like I pressed square and Whis just started punching left. I don't understand that. Like that's crazy to me. And then another thing is like the vanishes. So basically, if you don't have quick hits, like Whis is kind of slow to throw punches, which means your vanishes are slower, which means any character that can hit faster than Whis can also vanish faster than Whis, and there's no limits to the amount of times you can vanish except for your key. But because the key consumption is so little, you can basically just spam it, and if I spam it, at the same time that he spams it, I'm gonna lose every time because MUI just has better, faster combos, right? And then once he hits me, it's like basically I'm taking boatloads of damage because I can't super counter. So MUI just became completely busted past what he was before. And then same thing with SS4 Gogeta. It's like now even people that are bad at the game could just press square and win. And that's part of the reason I don't like the combo change, like and the super counter change, because basically now any SS4 Gogeta that just catches you one time and just spam square 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 X square 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 X square 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 and do like 2 bars of damage. Like that's just too insane, bro. The divide between the high tiers, the highest tier, and the mid to high tiers is even larger. Okay, so now I had to get off Super Perfect Cell because I was basically losing to low S ranks, which previously I was completely destroying, because now they could just press square 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 X square 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 and just take 2 bars of my health. So I can't use Perfect Cell anymore. If we thought this was gonna get better with the recent patch, it's not. Okay, the reason people are picking these characters is because now even the high tiers are not viable. Whereas before you could have picked maybe like a Goku or a Goku Black. Now it's basically impossible to beat these characters with those characters because all they have to do is basically vanish, vanish, vanish until they get your back and just press square to win, and that's it. We could talk shit about the game and the state of the game before this, but in my opinion, at least there was some mind games. At least you could throw some light heavies into there, you know, catch them blocking low or whatever. Now it's like, bro, all they gotta do is sidestep everything. Like, sidestep is the new perception in my opinion. Too many iframes, too spammable, and then just press vanish to get behind you. Like, that doesn't make for interesting gameplay, just makes for spam. It's basically just everyone's just spamming vanish until someone loses. Like, I don't think that's good gameplay, and we need to do something about that. So after struggling with Whis and struggling with Super Perfect Cell, I go with my actual main, Buutenks. And of course I'm fighting a Beast Gohan, of course, you know. No one's picking any other characters first, except those 3. So I'm pissed off at these top tiers, so I'm just completely trying to destroy them every time I see them. That's satisfying. Every time I hit that, I smile a little bit. So I pushed my advantage. I did a bunch of damage, so I get my key back so I can keep putting pressure. Bam. Yeah, then I'm starting to adapt too. Like, I'm starting to do more chains. The problem is SS4 Gogeta can do all 3 chains from the front and not get blocked, whereas other characters get stopped at the first chain, which is, in my opinion, unfair. I'm adapting. I'm using revenge counter now a lot more, you know. Then we go into round 2. As you see, just from a couple hits already, a bar and a quarter gone. I finally get some hits in. Now, because super counters are so easy when you vanish, I feel like they made the super counters for the vanishes easier, but the super counters for combos harder. So now everyone's super countering vanish follow-up, so now we're having to do this. Basically, Dragon Dash follow-ups are slightly better now. Another thing is, you know, they really nerfed my playstyle. My playstyle was more about fighting from the front. I would mix up light heavies in between my combos so that I could use up their skill points when they try perception. But because of the perception nerf, not everybody's just spamming sidestep, and you know, that's just killing my offense, because my offensive game plan was slightly different than what you would see on ranked, for example, where they try to take your back. I would always try to fight from the front and just try to suck up those skill points. And so here I got him. As you see, lots of vanishing going on. That's the new meta. You know, in my opinion, vanishing and sidestepping is the new perception. They need to do something about that. So whenever I transform into Gohan, sometimes they'll put me at the back of the character, or they'll put me at the front. It's kind of weird though. Alright, so as you see, I do a lot better with Gohan and Buutenks because that's my main. But let's try him out against the S2, SS4 Gogeta and see how it goes. I'll catch him with perception. See how I like to throw light heavies? That's basically my playstyle. I like to start my combos with light heavies because it prevents people from perceptioning me. But now perception is nerfed, so they're just sidestepping that all the time. I go up, I push the advantage, and I get my key back. So now I'm full health. We basically almost same health even though I've done all of that damage. He has no key, so I'm happy engaging at this point. But of course he vanishes. Okay, I like to mix in the dragon follow-ups instead of the usual. Head after image up. See there, it would have been more beneficial to just keep pressing square. Like that's a change that I have to make. See right there, I shouldn't even have swept because he could have vanished that. And look at this. Look at the crazy iframes, bro. He's standing in place. I'm literally throwing jabs and light heavies, and none of that touches him. He's not even moving. It's crazy. Luckily, I had some after image, and just press square to win, bro. That's the new meta. Just press square. Like, here's round 2. I would love if they extend the grab range a little bit, because grabs seem to be a good counter to sidestep. And that could kind of serve as a counter, because it wasn't serving as a counter to perception, but it could be a counter to sidestep. Another thing they could do to nerf sidestep is basically extend the hitbox for light heavies to the side. Like when you do a side kick light heavy, they could make the hitbox a little larger so that it could catch people. Look at that, like that. Like when I see somebody behind me, I could throw a light heavy and it'll track them behind me. That's another thing that I like to incorporate. You know, in that case, it's not the best punish. The best punish is actually sidestep, but you know, in the moment, sometimes I'll throw that out. There's that. I regen my health because why not? You're using SS4 Gogeta. I don't want to hear complaints. And see, this is the thing. Like this guy is not even good. No offense to Woo Weather or whatever, but before the patch, I would have completely annihilated this guy, and he's actually giving me issues. And it's just because now he could just press square and do a bunch of damage. Like, that's it. See, right there, I shouldn't have done that. See? Sidestep is better than the light heavy, but I was just trying that tech out. You got sparking twice. Let's see if he hits me with this. And I vanished. And at this point, he knows he's losing. He knows he's gonna get beat if he keeps fighting me. So then he starts running away. Look at this. I don't understand that, but he starts running, throwing key blasts. I'm like, all right, fine. Let me regen then. At this point, I already won the game, so I just start playing safe. And I get hit with a dimwit. I think I let off the gas here just because I knew I kind of had the advantage. But I shouldn't have, because he catches me with this, which kind of equals the game out a little bit. But I mean, it's not much he could do. And that's GG's right there. Square, square, square to win. That's the meta, guys. Spam vanish, spam sidestep, and if you catch the back, just press square, bro. That's the best combo you could do. Don't try any other low sweeps. Don't try any gut punches. Just press square. And I'll catch you on the next one.